talk about Hasbro and how I am very frustrated when it now comes to this entire line of Power Rangers and their presentation and their skills, and how it infuriates me that after 3 years they still think that it's this sort of brand where it's a kids show. It's more like, hey, we're talking about the Power Rangers because we know what you like. Let's high five for friendship. Yeah, just stop with this. I watched some of the Transformers one way before it, and they gave so much respect to that all the way through. Same thing as with Marvel. Now, don't get me wrong about not having fun when it comes to these sorts of things, because we all want fun. We want something that's not just, here is the Ninja Ranger, you are fine. You know, or something boring where you turn around and say, and today we're just releasing the Dragon Zord and there's nothing coming out for the Dragon Zord and that's it. Actually put some effort into it. Turn around to the fans at the very beginning of your presentation and say, hey guys, sorry we haven't got much stuff, but we're going to show you the next lot of Ninjetti that's coming out at Hasbro, and go into detail about it. Talk a bit about it a bit more. Show each one off, even if it's boring to the point where you're like, hey, I don't have much to talk about, but you go over it a bit more. And I felt like this entire presentation to me was extremely boring. It was 13 minutes long. You literally had probably a really interesting thing with the Draken helmet, and it's like Draken, it's not Dracoon, and it's just like, it's Draken. That, listen to what it is. It's how I've heard it. People have been saying Draken all the time. That's what it is. But people just at Hasbro just seem like this is a product that they're not happy about. If you don't like the line of Power Rangers, don't do these fan first days. Just literally release the information, or say, hey, no one wants to pick this up, or actually hire people that want to talk about this brand. We've seen it all the way through. The first one after, I think it was the second Fan First Friday that we had people rolling their eyes, especially the guy who was in charge of painting these things, just roll his eyes and go, oh. He's like, I don't care about this. And you're like, it's a simple thing. If I'm gonna be spending my money with you, then I want you to turn around and give me a product that I'm happy with, not something that is lackluster, that is boring and doesn't have it. And I'm just sick and tired of getting either my hopes up when it comes to these things that come up. I'm like, oh my god, it's great. And then we get a really bad thing. Yeah, I get it. You wanted to probably put some humor in, like Jane and J-Borg with Buzz Blast. I guarantee you that's what you wanted to hit. So you got the smaller kids turning around like, yeah, cool, this is so much fun. At the end of the day, we're literally paying. It's the collectors are buying your Lightning Collection. It's the collectors who are going to buy that Dragon Zord. And for the price that you're paying for that helmet, yeah, it's going to be the collectors again. Some people may buy it for their kid and go, there you go. But the fact is that you're putting voice changing technology inside the helmet, where yeah, the kids are probably going to wear it, but still you're selling it at a high price for a toy. Why is it that Hasbro, and this is the main thing is like with Bandai, is that there's no respect for this brand anymore. It's like, oh, it's a joke. Like, oh, Power Rangers was that funny show back in the 90s where people had their whole kind of like colored clad thing. You bought the brand for what? Almost $500 million or something like that, or millions and millions of dollars at least. And yet you don't even give this brand a fucking chance. I love this brand. I do. I love it. I'm buying all your Lightning Collection stuff because I believe in this. But it's going to get to the point where a Fan First Friday or a Fan First Day, whenever it happens, I'm not even going to bother like looking at it. I'll talk about it afterwards, because if this is the amount of time and presentation that you're going to put in, when you're the three people on there either don't give a fucking shit about it or have been just told, hey guys, you're going to be doing the Power Ranger Fan First thing. I'm like, oh man, I really want to be on the Marvel. Oh man, I really wish I was on the Transformers one. Just, if you don't like it, suck it up and do your fucking job and actually talk about it. Not move on like, so here's the figure, here's the figure, here's the figure, here's the Draken helmet, here's the Dragon Zord, which again, like, it baffles my mind that you got it. And the Power Sword. Talk more about the Power Sword. Oh, you're like, hey guys, we're not really meant to really talk about this, but from the original one that came out from Bandai, we've made it a little bit bigger. We've made this. We've made these changes to it. And yet, like, it's simple. That was the one question I wanted is, oh yeah, it's this amount of length. Okay, well, I don't have the original one to hand, but I want to know if it's longer and if it's better. But to me, this looks like a cheap toy that hasn't had any thought put into it. Hell, you could have put Jason's voice in there. You could have done something a little bit more better. But yeah, again, it's like, oh no, we're not going to give you any information, and you want to rush through it. The whole pinata thing as well. I was like, what the fuck is the pinata thing? I was like, oh, you can get this at Party City. Okay, but why are you putting a pinata? Why? And it's like, tell us what you're working on next. Tell us the next wave of toys that are coming out. So now that we've got Ninjetti, we've got the Dragon Sword and the Power Sword, we've got some new, really exciting news for you. We're going to be talking about the next wave. Now, when we don't know when these are going to be made, but we're going to be doing Eric from Time Force, RJ from Jungle Fury, Zoe from Beast Morphers, and then go, oh, Zoe, she's not been done about. Yeah, she completes the core team. And then we're going to have Zunaku. And then that's how you bring it in. That's literally how you bring people in that are really happy about this. Not just be, oh shit, I just can't be arsed. It just feels like this entire Fan First Third Tuesday, I'm saying Friday, so I apologize. But it just feels like even the ones before it, it feels like Hasbro don't give a fucking flying shit about this. And this is the one thing that really irks me through more things in this, because I don't want the brand to die. But it feels like if you're not going to take this seriously, why should I give you my money? Why should I give you my time in this? If I wasn't reviewing it, if I was just kind of a standard collector, I only picked up some figures that I liked, why should I give you my money for this? If you're going to treat the fans like either you don't care, or the fact that you just don't really give a fucking flying shit, or you're bored of it. You've had this brand for, like, at the time of this recording, on the 13th of April, 2022, you've had the brand for roughly around about 3 years. The Lightning Collection, you know, is doing so goddamn well. But yet again, you're just focused on, oh, the Power Ranger community is just not worth bothering. And it really irritates me, because when we do these live streams, when PulseCon comes up, and I really do it, like, I really like watching this, and I really want to help support it. But in a way, why should I do it? If anyone sees this from Hasbro and like literally is taking feedback, don't take it that I'm angry. I am frustrated. I love this brand, but what is going on with it? If anyone from Hasbro is watching this, then what you need to do is actually have a dedicated set of people on this team that actually really like it. And I don't mean just like, oh yeah, people behind it, you know, that you can't see. If you're going to have people talking about this, you know, have the same energy that you have from Transformers, from Marvel, from My Little Pony, from whatever, because it's just getting really irritating to the point where you're annoying the fandom. And one of the things is, once we all get annoyed and we just leave and we don't want to buy these products, you're going to wonder why. And then you won't look back and go, well, shit, we just treated them like crap all the way through. We can't be bothered. You know, it's just a simple thing. You release Mighty Morphing, fine. You got the Ninjetti Rangers or the Ninja Rangers done. Fine, we're moving on from that. We will never see that again until you decide to go, well, let's bring out the Green Ranger. Guarantee a Green Ranger will probably come because you want to use the mold one more time for a fan thing that's never happened. You know, it's like, oh, shit, what do we do next? Talk about the brand a little bit further. We know that you've got plans. What I kind of see now is an entire thing where you don't know what you're doing. You're just literally winging it. Where Transformers had over an hour, and yet Power Rangers got 13 minutes. Guarantee an hour from Marvel coming up, or at least longer than 13 fucking minutes. Look, get people in that you actually love the brand, that actually want to talk about it, that will actually go above and beyond to bring out this thing. And you don't have to give figures. You can give us the information and we can talk about it. That's what we want. But right now, it just seems that you just don't care. I just want this brand to succeed. I've wanted it for such a long time. When Bandai had it, they didn't give a fucking flying shit halfway through. As soon as they stopped using the Japanese molds because it was too expensive, yet again, people were buying the toys off willy-nilly. The reason why Super Sentai toys are probably flying off the shelves to other people around the world is because they make decent products. Bandai stopped because they didn't give a shit. what I want from this brand moving forward is I want something decent. I want to wake up and go, oh my god, I can't wait to get this brand. I can't wait for this next figure. I want to be excited. I don't want to be let down. Cool, I've now finished the Ninja Rangers because I've pre-ordered them and they'll come out whenever. But also get the shipping thing right, because it's like, oh, this is going to come out later on near the end of the year. Actually, it's tomorrow because we've got this ready to ship and we need this. I'm just frustrated in this brand. I just want it to be better. And when people said at the very beginning that Hasbro was going to be the savior, the McDaddy, the big daddy Hasbro, and the fact is that they're going to care. Now I think that's, people were just like, oh my god, you're going to do better than Bandai. You make better figures than Bandai. Believe me, you've made way better figures, and I thank you for that. But why should the fans start to care if you're not going to treat the fans properly? And this really irritates me. You need to actually have a dedicated team that, if your PR team is fine, just have that. Just have a good team on there and you'll be fine. Don't mix and match. Where's Emily? Where did she go? Where are the other people that were working on this? Apart from, you had like 3 people that literally were awkward. Awkward as fuck, sitting on that couch and that chair going, oh. If you want to make jokes, actually write better ones, not something that's really hard to say. Like, hey, your name's not Janet or Jace? Oh shit, no, my name's Brad. We've been working together. Yeah, it's not funny. I guarantee I would find it offensive if someone I'd been working with and it was like, oh, okay, we're going to write this joke in that they don't know your name, but we've been working together. Why can't we do something else? And it's like, oh, we've got 2 different types of beards. What? It angers me. It really does, to the point where I'm just like, why should we do this? But do you know what? I've ranted long enough. I'm gonna leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Do you feel like Hasbro now are just really fucking taking the piss, or do you think it's getting to the point now where they just really don't care about the brand and it's just get it out the door? You know, to be fair, I think that Josh was right. Just send us a fucking email with what's coming out, because that's so much better than having to sit through something that I was like, what the hell? But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like this sort of content you want to hear, see more, and just anything like that, just hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, leave a comment. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. And if you like this sort of content, do all that. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you in a couple of days.
Damn you, Hasbro!
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。